there's a way that you can actually position yourself out there that people will be compelled to what you do, and they will be willing to offer you money in exchange for the things that you have. How are the ways that we can optimize our LinkedIn for your career? But how do we optimize LinkedIn for our career paths? We have two methods of optimizing LinkedIn. There are several things that LinkedIn is used for. We have LinkedIn. LinkedIn does a lot more than just connecting with people. They do various things in learning new courses and all of that. But there are two main objectives of the application that a lot of people don't know about. And the first one is visibility. And the second is networking. If you are on LinkedIn and these two factors are not what you engage in per time, it means that you're not utilizing the application to its fullest, because these are the only methods that I've seen, that I've practiced and I've known to help build people and help change your career path for better. And right when this image that you can see at the left part is Victory Ambassador Victory Ashaka. If you know about him, he's a spoken words poet, and he's also engaged in like speaking engagements. He does poetry writing as well. And when I learned about his journey just recently, he shared online that every step he has attained in life, from speaking at the United Nations, from speaking at World Health Organization, has was started from LinkedIn, started from sharing his posts, sharing his ideas, his skills, his knowledge on LinkedIn. And the first thing that I need us to know is that initially, before he started sharing and positioning himself out there to be visible, he had a skill, he had a knowledge, he had an experience, an idea to share first. So anyone that wants to hop on LinkedIn and they don't have something to show for, you won't really know how to position yourself where people can see you as valuable to offer you money for whatever thing you can do. Right. So he was a person that stood out to me in terms of when I was preparing this slide, because Victory Ambassador Victory Ashaka just he said that when he we started his writing, he would share online what he had done, the little accomplishments he had gained, and when someone from the United Nations recognized him for his work, he said that person reached out to him and gave him an opportunity to speak at the United Nations. And that person had never commented or liked any of his posts, but the person observed everything that I was doing. Right? The person knew that he had a track record of his spoken word pieces, and even in terms of career journey, I know that these two methods are the only ways that individuals can get job opportunities, because when you put yourself out there as visible for people to know what you do, who you are, and you're able to strategically link yourself with people that can help you develop and build yourself, there's a very wide opportunity for you to be employed, right? I'll give an example. When I was starting out as a new member of LinkedIn, I was always posting everything I knew. I was always talking about, okay, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I know. Talk about filmmaking. I'll talk about script writing. I'll talk about poetry writing. Everything that I had knowledge about. So I became visible. Thereafter, I started to network with people, and I didn't really see it as relevant as at then. But I started to keep my connections and people that I knew. I started to take them really seriously, because I didn't know who can help. I don't know who can help me. That's the mindset I had. So I was always ensuring that I was communicative at all times, right? And so it was from there that I had opportunities that I have today. While I was also researching, I discovered that the data shows that 34% of referred candidates get hired, compared to just 2 to 5% from job boards. So this means that if you're not using LinkedIn for what it should be used for, being visible and networking with people accordingly, the likely chance of you being referred or you being known for a particular skill will be very low. Most of the time, people recommend people based on, okay, I've seen this person post about it, I've seen this person speak about.
One thing I've noticed on LinkedIn and any social media platform and any avenue for impact or greatness, whatever it is, they always want results. So beyond these steps, people want results right off the bat. So I think I'll start with that. Um, I started my LinkedIn journey in May 2024, actually. So a little over a year ago. I started in May 2024. And in that time, I have been privileged to get dozens of job opportunities, right? Both in Naira and in dollars, right? All of which I did not uh, apply for. Number one. Number two, I've been privileged to work with brands as an influencer or whatever it might be. I have been privileged to be seated in certain leadership positions, like Nicole said earlier. And, speaking engagements, let's just give an example. I'm currently here today. I am still in school, my final year, and in just 1 year of doing LinkedIn, my entire trajectory of career and my life has changed for the better, actually. So, beyond the steps, I think it's also clear we understand why we all want to do these things. And these are the benefits, these are the real reasons, right? So now that we know, oh, this is what someone can benefit, this is just the tip of an iceberg, right? There is still so much more that I have been able to get from LinkedIn, but I will just, name a few. But what I'm trying to make is, how did all these things come into play? And that is where visibility and networking comes into play. So I'll take you quickly through visibility, then we'll go into networking. So how do you increase your visibility? The first step is you have to define your personal brand to establish your identity. Now, what is your personal branding? I'll just plainly stating that your personal brand is how people perceive you. It is how people, oh my God, it is how people perceive you, your brand, and the whole concept of what you do, right? So, give an example. Um, this year, May, I kind of had a meltdown in a way, and I took a break from LinkedIn and everything involved in the career space. I decided to come back in July, and um, before I came back, I had two job offers. Like I said, I was not active. I was not doing anything on LinkedIn, and I got two job offers right off the bat in the first two months, 3 months of being away from the app. I got two job offers. I got an opportunity to work with an organization as a content creator and an influencer for their brand. And what am I trying to say is, I was able to build my personal brand in a way that even when I was away, it worked for me. And that is how visibility basically works. If you can build your brand in a way that even when you are away, it's still working for you, you set up systems that work so that you don't have to put in the necessary work. That is when you truly know your visibility on LinkedIn is really working for you. So you need to build your personal branding. Next one we have is create valuable content like blog posts and videos. Very important. LinkedIn actually values quality over quantity. So try to focus more on quality than on quantity when you're on LinkedIn. Obviously, numbers are good too. Don't get me wrong, numbers are good, but try to focus more on quality over the numbers. Right, then engage with others by commenting, liking, and sharing. Very important. I think so. The thing about LinkedIn is always try to experiment, know what works for you, know what doesn't. Hashtags don't work for me. The moment I use hashtags, my reach is visibly low. If on, let's say, on an average, if I just make a post, maybe I will get like 10 likes, right? But if I now use hashtags, I now get maybe 2 likes. That is just a very simple example of how hashtags are very tricky. So you have to find what works for you. Some people, if they do that, their reach is very high, but not for everyone, right? So the next we have is speak at events such as webinars and conferences like this. Never back down from opportunities. And everybody's always looking for money, money, money. Oh, they're not giving me money, I'm not doing it. No, this, I have had 4 speaking engagement this month. I can clearly, with my full chest say that every single engagement I have has opened me up for different opportunities. Maybe people saw me from one engagement. I'm like, oh, I would love to have this girl on my team. And now I've gotten that job. So don't shy away from things that are not necessarily free. So now the next we have is effective networking strategies, right? You have to identify your goals for mentorships and collaborations. Now let's um, get to this. In the beginning of this year, I set setting goals for myself, and one of the goals I set was I want to be booked this year, right? For the entire year, like my January to December should be booked, whether it's with job opportunities or leadership roles or
So for roots now, one thing I'll advise you to do is to put a headline that states who you are and that can make people identify the skills that you offer. I remember when I was, let me say, revamping my LinkedIn profile just, I think, a month before I got my job, or a month or a week before I got my job, my first job through LinkedIn. I just put it in my mind that I was going to put out every important skill and relevant skill and sellable skill on my headline. So now looking at Ruth's profile, I don't know what she does. If she had put a word or two, would have modified that a little so that people can know better who she is and what she can offer, because that is what those are the keywords that recruiters are using to get candidates for roles. And secondly, I would also advise for a professional looking cover image that still reiterates on whatever skill that you have. Then you can put in your contact details there so people can, okay, your name again can also be enlisted. As you even saw Pearl's LinkedIn account that she displayed just then, she had her name listed on her it was displayed rather on her cover image, and she also had her contact details. So that is one other advice I would give. And going forward, the activity section, if you can scroll just a little, to be preferable if she has, aside reposting, if she can also comment on posts, because it helps you gain visibility, like Pearl has spoken about. It helps you gain people know who you are, right? So when you comment, it's not just that you're commenting rubbish shows, but you are commenting relevant thing, insightful things, showing that you have knowledge and idea about a particular skill or field. That should be an activity that should be displayed on your profile if you don't have what to post about yet, because it's not everyone that can go on LinkedIn and say, okay, I'm going to start talking about this. They might not yet have valuable things to speak about it, but you can start from the foundation and comment, engage on posts meaningfully so that people can see you as someone relevant on the platform. Yeah, so that's the about. I don't know if there's a last. Okay, there are several other sections to LinkedIn. I think not everything has been utilized in this profile, but there's a recommendation section, right, in that in on LinkedIn when you are generating your profile, and that people don't really know how important that thing is, because when people recommend you and speak about whatever skill that you've offered or who you are and what you've done, it makes recruiters actually assured that, okay, this person is has something, or this person is good in a particular area. So that's one thing that should be listed there. Then the education aspect, it needs to have more details. Did you just go to school, or did you engage in like extracurricular activities? What did you achieve while you were at school? I don't know if you are still at school, but it's not specified. I can just see September 2024. So you need to specify if you are still um undergoing your degree, your law degree, or if you are done with it. So you need to specify that as well. And then for your skill section, this should not be blank. So if you are a customer service personnel, what I would advise you to do, like on the skill aspect, I think either the skill, there's an experience section. I'm sorry, I missed that part. The experience section, that is when you can expand on whatever experience you've had. So when you can talk about that, then those skills fall into whatever work experiences you've acquired over time, right? And then you get visible on your page and you get more traction to opportunities that can actually help your career.